Hi guys, this is the Combat Station here, and today we have a UFC breakdown video for Holm versus Vieira. Let's get right into it. So this is kind of obviously the fight night cards we're getting recently haven't been the best, but we've got a few good ones coming up. So let's just get into the cards, see what we got here. Let's start off with Elise versus Sam Hughes. Yeah, women's MMA fight, can't complain, ain't the best, but starting off, we got Elise Reed. She's coming off a win over Corey McKenna by split decision, which was quite a clear victory. Corey McKenna was just getting picked off on the feet or shooting takedowns the last 20 seconds at around 10 seconds, trying to secure him, but she was already too far behind at that point. And in her UFC debut, she moved up a weight class, fought Sahara Eubanks. And the thing with Elise Reed, she's normally an atomweight, so yeah, no, that's gonna happen when you're fighting a man in Sahara Eubanks. Sam Hughes came off 3 losses in the UFC. Tisha Torres, who's one of the top fighters in the division, so I wouldn't complain the most about that one. Luma Lukbuni, who is a small fighter, but her Muay Thai does get around, and Sam Hughes ain't the highest level, so if you ain't that level, you will lose to her. And Luana Pinheiro, who is one of the top prospects in the division, obviously did the Aljamain Sterling when she got kneed by Randa Marcos, but yeah, no, she's a good prospect, and she beat Estela Nunes, who no ground game to speak of, but could be worse. And as you can see, that is 3 weeks ago as well. Wow. So I'm gonna say in this fight right off the bat, Elise Reed's takedown defense looked horrible against Corey McKenna. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, Sam Hughes walking forward, pressure, volume on the feet. She will get punched up round one most likely. But at least he did slow down a bit against Corey McKenna. So it's weird me saying this. I'm going to take underdog Sam Hughes, walk forward, put pressure, win the last 2 rounds. Maybe even because before, I know you can't see it here, but she was a finisher before she came to the UFC. So, I could see her getting a victory by way of TKO or late. Do you know what? I'll take late round 3 rear naked choke for Sam Hughes. And on to the next one. We got everyone's favorite fighter, Chase Hooper versus Felipe Corrales. Now, Chase Hooper, his run in the UFC has been a very, very, very strange one. He came in with a victory over Daniel Tamer, where he got beaten up early, got a takedown, got on top of him, and finished him with ground and pound. So that was the start of what I like to call basically what happens in most Chase Hooper fights. So he gets the victory. No matter what, you will see this man take shots, get beaten up, and he either would lose a decision because he's too tough to get stopped, or he will get you. Put you in a bad position, and then you can't get out of it. After that, he lost to Alex Caceres with no shame in that. Caceres maybe a while ago, a bit of a journeyman, but he's rebuilt his career. He lost to Sadiq Youssef, but he has looked the best he's looked in his whole career. As I said, he beat Peter Barrett by heel hook, which was not the best look as he was getting beaten up the first 2 rounds. And yeah, Chase Hooper again pulls something out his ass, gets a heel hook, and yeah, that was a victory for him. Peter Barrett tapped, and Imanari roll for Chase Hooper. Then Steven Peterson, who, let's say he ain't the best fighter, but tough as nails, powerful, and yeah, he will go over and give you a fight. So Chase Hooper, you don't really want to see a young prospect in Steven Peterson, but he has been out 11 months, so maybe we'll be seeing improvements. And Felipe Colares, he came in he was Jungle Fights champion, and now he's had an up and down career in the UFC. Beat Domingo Pilate, lost to Montel Jackson. Domingo Pilate is shit. Montel Jackson, very good prospect. Lost to Gerardo de Freitas, who I'm not familiar with personally. Luke Sanders, one of the most inconsistent fighters in the UFC. He's a bit like a Michael now. Michael Johnson beat good people, but Luke Sanders did have some good performances. And Chris Gutierrez by split decision, which, Chris Gutierrez spinning back for this knockout, I believe 5-fight win streak with a draw in there as well. Chris Gutierrez, that is aging well. Now, this fight, I don't know what to do because Felipe Colares, Ain't a small bantamweight, but moving up. This is a hard one. I may take another underdog, Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper throws a lot of volume, big guy. I believe Chase Hooper will be able to most likely have a bad first round, but just wear on Felipe with a lot of volume, a lot of takedown attempts. Even if he doesn't get them right away, the amount he's going to be throwing, he's bound to get him down. And from there, he can most likely blanket him. And yeah, no, I don't see a finish in this fight. Fight goes to distance would be good, but no, Chase Hooper by split decision in a close fight where he'll most likely be getting pieced up in the stand-up. But, I can see him pulling it off. Jonathan Martinez versus Vince Morales. Now, this fight, I'm quite interested in it. Vince Morales, tough as nails, came into the UFC with a win over Ayman Zahabi. And before that, he lost a Contender Series. But yeah, no, he's been on a nice 2-fight win streak. Jonathan Martinez on also a 2-fight win streak. Let's get into it. So, Vince Morales, as I said, came in, got a win of Ayman Zahabi, and he lost the decision to Benito Lopez. Where's he gone? I'd love to see him back soon. And then he lost to Chris Gutierrez by leg kicks TKO, where he refused to check leg kicks or wrestle. So there's nothing we can do about that. If you don't check leg kicks, then Chris Gutierrez, that's what's going to happen. You will go down from leg kicks or shots to the head because you can't stand on your legs anymore. But yeah, no, he's looked good in his last few fights. Beat Draco Rodriguez, who was a bit of he's a bum. Let's just say it as he was a bit of a bum. But then after that, he got a KO over Louis Smolka, who we just watched Louis Smolka take a tremendous beating and eat shots till round 3. So that is impressive. Vince Morales showed power in that fight. So that was the way he got out Louis Smolka out of there. That was a good victory. Jonathan Martinez coming off win over Alejandro Perez, who Perez was inactive before that, came back, I believe, a few months before, beat Johnny Eduardo, who was 43. And he made, for the odds that he were, I believe he was a 2.5 to 1 favorite. Like, he had a bad performance against Alejandro Perez. Like, he did outbox him, but he got dropped, rocked, and almost dropped the fight just from stupid decision making. Then before that, he beat Ziad Lazvishli. I can't say that's Georgian. Yeah, he's been cut from the UFC. I saw something about because he tested positive for something. But, he did show good takedown defense in that fight. So that was impressive. He lost to Davey Grant by KO, which, yeah, no, that is, before that one I looked the best. But Davey Grant, that man is a savage. So he beat Thomas Almeida by decision, which, what are you doing not finishing Thomas Almeida? And then he beat Frankie Saenz by KO with a knee to ground and pound. Frankie Saenz is old, and I believe before that, Andre Ewell, he lost the decision to. Yeah, with this fight, are we going to take a third underdog? I think we are. Vince Morales, KO, I think. Jonathan Martinez struggles to make weight. Seems vulnerable to me. Vince Morales, powerful guy. As I said, the way he dealt with Louis Smolka's got 2 things, jiu-jitsu and durability. And I believe Vince Morales is going to get Jonathan Martinez out in round 1 because Alejandro Perez is not a strong guy and he's dropping you. Vince Morales is going to walk forward, hands up. I believe he's going to get not round 1, I reckon round 2 TKO Vince Morales wearing on Jonathan Martinez. And maybe if Vince Morales wants to wrestle, he can even find a route to a decision. But I don't know if I see him wrestling. But I don't think he'll need to. Vince Morales KO. Now we've got Uros Medic versus Omar Morales. And no, I may be going for a 4th underdog here. But let's break down the fight. Omar Morales came into the UFC over win over Jong Hyung Ma. Before that, he was in Contender Series. Then Gabriel Benitez, he beat Mowgli, who, as we've all heard stories, hardest kicker in the UFC, apparently, but not the best UFC level caliber fighter. He lost to Giga Chikadze by decision, so he's stuck in there. He lost to Shane. He beat Shane Young, who is one of Adesanya's teammates. Not the best fighter, but it was a good performance. Got submitted by Jonathan Pierce, where he just got drowned by the pressure and unlimited cardio. Uros Medic, Alaska FC veteran. We all know dangerous place to be to fight. Alaska FC best regional scene. Look at these opponents. Jason Flowers. To be fair, this guy was all right. But yeah, no, it wasn't the best regional scene. Let's just say what it is. But he is round one killer. He will come out there and he will put it on you. And if he doesn't get the knockout, he breaks. But he will put it on you. And the amount of shots getting thrown, he landed like 50 punches on Alon Cruz in round one and got him out of there brutally. Should have got stopped earlier, but this man puts everything he has into round one. Coming off loss to Jalen Turner, where Jalen Turner just took him down, got him in a rear naked choke. Basically broke him. Uros Medics does not like if you whatever you give him, whatever he gives you, I mean, if you give it back, he does not like it. But Omar Morales, he's getting old, he's getting up there, and he doesn't shoot takedowns. Against Giga Chikadze, a kickboxer, shot 2 takedowns, I think. What are you thinking? I could expect Uros Medics would probably shoot more takedowns than you. Like, I don't know. And he's old as well, 36, turning 37. Like, just ain't the best look in it. I'll take Uros Medics round on KO. Rushes Omar Morales. Omar Morales is coming back up a weight class, coming off a loss where he got just drowned. I believe instead of getting drowned on the ground, he's going to get swarmed on the feet, and I believe he will get KO'd, and Uros Medic is going to get his second UFC victory. So yeah, no, that's a good fight though. Interesting. And now we got Parker Porter versus Jolton Almeida. This fight, I don't know where this fight. Strange fight. Very, very strange fight, actually. Like, Parker Porter, 3-fight win streak. I don't think any of us saw that coming. Jolton Almeida, one of the best prospects coming off the Contender Series in a while. But I don't know what he's doing moving up a weight class. Like, this fight, it just seemed like the odds plus 500 to minus 700. Like, this fight seemed like a lot closer to me than that. But yeah, let's get into it. Jolton Almeida, as I said, one of the most dangerous fighters coming off Contender Series. Amazing prospect. Beat Nasruddin Nasruddinov, who was undefeated Russian. We all know Russians in general are just causing problems for everyone in the UFC right now. So yeah, no, that's a very good win from Jolton, where he just out-grappled him. So that was very impressive. And then he came in and destroyed Danilo Marquez, who, you know, had 2 wins in the UFC before. It has 2 wins in the UFC, lost to Kennedy Njoku. But yeah, no, the way he dealt with Danilo, no one's done that to him in round 1. So, you know, very impressive. And now we go into Parker Porter. He's coming off wins over Alan Badel, Chase Sherman, and Josh Parisian. Now, these are 3 of the worst heavyweights on the roster. Not cut for some reason. Got a cut and then came back and will probably get cut if he loses his next fight. And Josh Parisian, who is fighting Alan Badal for the worst fight heavyweight in the UFC, probably. And then he lost to Chris Dalkos, where Chris Dalkos, obviously, he ain't the highest level. He ain't at the top of the heavyweight division, but he's top 10 fighter. Nothing to be ashamed of there. And before, he obviously had a 2 3-fight win streak to get into the UFC. Parker Porter, volume. He's okay, here's the thing with Parker Porter. He does nothing amazing. For example, if I put him in a boxing match with a good boxer, he'll probably lose. If I put him in a wrestling match with a good wrestler, he'll probably lose. If I put him in a jiu-jitsu match with someone that's good at jiu-jitsu, he'll probably lose. So what does that leave us? But bruh, he's not a big heavyweight, but he's a wide heavyweight, and he most likely has to cut weight to make the division. Jolton Almeida was meant to fight light heavyweight against Maxim Grishin. This fight was booked for, so he obviously was losing weight. Then he has a few weeks to gain it back. I don't know if he's going to be able to take down Parker Porter. This brother's thighs are ginormous. He is just, as I said, a wide tank of a man. You know, I don't know if I'm being serious myself picking this, but, you know, I think Parker Porter going to avoid takedowns. Maybe walk forward, throw bangs of Jolton Almeida. Maybe get his own takedowns, because we all know jiu-jitsu fighters, sometimes they do accept takedowns, and he may just lie on him and win a split decision, 29-28, each way, where most likely he has a bad first round, but survives. This bro has unlimited cardio, good leg kicks. Like, he has ability to slow you down with pressure, cardio, leg kicks. So Parker Porter, can't believe I picked at him. But there we are, UFC heavyweight division. What a division, all right. Alan Ambadowski versus Joseph Holmes. Oh, another greasy low-level fight. Now, you may be thinking I'm picking a lot of underdogs in this card. The reason I am is just the card in general, low-level fights. There's not that many good fighters, so you just got to, in fights like that, you got to go for the underdog. And again, we may be looking at another case of that. Joseph Holmes won a Contender Series, I believe. Yes, he did. He is a jiu-jitsu fighter mostly. He is all right stand up. He works with James Krause, but his goal is to take you down and get you in a rear naked choke, wear on you. But his last performance against Jamie Pickett, he did not look good. Jamie Pickett walked him down, didn't land the most, but just kept catching him leg kicks, body kicks, takedowns. And yeah, just beat up Joseph Holmes, who gassed out after one round. Like, obviously the fight was on short notice, but that was not a good looking at Jamie Pickett, where Jamie Pickett's not a good fighter. Do you see where someone like Carl Dalkos, who is top 25 middleweight, just destroyed him in round one? You should not be having you should not be losing to Jamie Pickett if you're UFC level. Then we got Alan Amodowski, who came into the UFC off 2 wins in Bellator, knockouts within the first round. He then came into the UFC of Jotko, got out-wrestled, decisioned, where, do you know what, let's be honest here, Jotko does it to everyone. Jotko is 16th, probably the best gatekeeper in the UFC, up there. Best gatekeeper to the top 15. And then he got KO'd in, I believe, it doesn't say here, but under 20 seconds by John Phillips, White Mike Tyson, who is, that man is a beast. If there was no takedowns, he'd probably, that man should have been a boxer. I don't know what he was doing in MMA. This bro could not stop a takedown if his life depended on it. But yeah, Alan Amdowski, this bro packs serious heat, and I mean, he's got a one bang on him. Right? If he catches you, then there will be trouble. Just his ground game. And that's Joseph Holmes. He will expose that, but he is horrible cardio. But we don't know about Alan Amdowski's cardio. But you're seeing on his social medias, he's training with Hamzat, he's training with Chris Curtis, Sean Strickland, Jake Shields. This is a hard one. Give me Alan Amodowski, round 2 knockout. Joseph Holmes controls him. First round, probably looks all right. Gets tired. Alan Amodowski catches him. I don't think Joseph Holmes, he's inexperienced. I don't think he's going to take damage well. And Alan Amodowski to get his first UFC victory. Have we picked a favorite on the card yet? I mean, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we have not. This is going to be this can go horribly wrong for me, or I can look like a genius, but we will see. We will see. Eryk Anders versus Jong Yong Park, the Iron Turtle. Yeah. Oh, this is close. Let's start off with Eryk Anders coming off a submission loss to Andre Muniz, with no shame in that. Andre Muniz submitted Jacare, submitted Bartosz Fabinski. You know, Andre Muniz, he's a solid fighter. You know, he does what he needs to do in the division. He lost before that he beat Darren Stewart, who's been cut. Where, I like Darren Stewart, one of the hardest hitting middleweights in the division when he was there, but you know, ain't the highest level fighter. He lost a decision to Christoph Jotko, which I said Jotko, middleweight 16th fighter. He's the perfect gatekeeper and the best in the UFC. So there's no shame in that. He'll beat you if you're not ranked and you're not something special. He will beat you. And he has a win over Gerald Mearshot. And I believe before that, lost to Thiago Santos and also got a KO over Vinicius Moreira, who's one of the worst fighters ever. And we've got Jong Yong, the Iron Turtle. Moves, he's a good boxer. You know, he has good defensive awareness on the ground. He coming off a KO to Gregory Rodriguez, where he was taken over, but he just got caught with a big shot. Then everything went wrong. He covered up against the cage and was just getting hit with big shots. And you know, but it wasn't the worst performance from him. He looked good. And as I said, he was coming on. Nice jab. Before that, he beat Marc-Andre Barriault, which looks good. Marc-Andre Barriault is a savage. beat John Phillips, where he controlled him the whole time. As I said, John Phillips could not stuff a takedown, where I believe Jong Yong Park ate like 2 punches that whole fight and was the only man cutting it. And Tafa Anjukwani, who looked amazing as Matt Mirzakhanov in his last fight, well, then got caught a flying knee. So, Jong Yong Park, he's a solid fighter, a good fighter. And he obviously lost to Anthony Hernandez in his UFC debut. But Anthony Hernandez, he is a savage. Yeah, I'm taking Jong Yong Park in this fight. Walk forward, jabs. Eryk Anders, he's getting up there in age, 35. He is. But am I taking it? Jong Yong Park. Eryk Anders is good takedowns, big left hand. Jong Yong Park showed he's even against a gas Gregory Rodriguez. He's trained up fight already, Eryk Anders. I'm going to take Eryk Anders. Screw it. Why not just keep going with the underdogs? Eryk Anders, I believe he may be able to KO Jong Yong Park. It was 6 months ago where he took the rest he needs, but Gregory Rodriguez was done and he couldn't take advantage of it. He still was able to get KO'd. And obviously he's built like Greek God Gregory Rodriguez, but Eryk Anders is a solid fighter and has beat better fighters than Jong Yong Park. I believe Gerald Meerschaert would beat Jong Yong Park. Yeah, I'll take Eryk Anders. I'll take him by round. I'll take him by decision. That's what I'll take him by. I'll take him by decision where he'll be able to still 2 close rounds against Jong Yong Park. But I believe it'll probably be unanimous where he'll get takedowns, do his thing in it. And now we got Pollyanna Viano versus Taba. The odds are close in this fight. Yeah, no, Pollyanna Viano is coming off 2 victories. Emily Whitmire, who may be one of the biggest bums in UFC, and Mallory Martin, where she can't hate on that. Mallory Martin's all right fighter, armbar. Before that, she has 3 losses to JJ Aldrich, Hannah Cyphers, and Veronica Macedo, who, yeah, no, I can't lie. That ain't a good loss. And Hannah Cyphers is not a good loss either. JJ Aldrich is looking all right, so I don't mind. But yeah, no, these 2 losses here, they cause problems for me. I cannot lie. Taba came in at flyweight, lost to Manon Fiorot by TKO, where everyone's losing to her at this point. That French lady is a savage. And then she also lost to Maria Oliviera. No, she beat Maria Oliveira by decision, where I just remember her walking forward like a pit bull, just throwing overhands, getting takedowns. So yeah, no, she looked good in her last fight. Yeah, I'm gonna take her to beat Pollyanna Viana. This is quite a simple one. The odds are close. I believe she's gonna walk forward, get takedowns, survive on top, not get armbarred, and I believe this will be a basic unanimous decision for Taba, and she is the younger fighter, so she will be learning a lot. So yeah, no, Taba. Feature fight on the card: Chidi Anjukwani versus Dosko Todorovich. Yeah, no, this is a solid fight. Chidi had 2 losses in Bellator where he lost to John Salter by submission, but John Salter, if he's going to beat you, will submit you, so no shame there. And Rafael Carvalho, who hasn't looked the best recently on tough times, but I guess he was fresher 3 years ago. Yeah, no, so it could be worse. Then got a win in the LFA against Christian Torres. I watched that fight. He completely destroyed him. And then he beat Mario Souza, who's a good jiu-jitsu fighter, who won on the Contender Series before, where he literally was on top and just brutally beat him down. And then he beat Marc-Andre Barriault. I had money on Marc-Andre. And yeah, he just KO'd the man in 10 seconds or 15 or something like that. And Marc-Andre Barriault was known for his chin. And to do that, that was impressive as hell. And then we got Dosko Todorovich, who beat Teddy Asher on Contender Series, which, yeah, no, he looked good in that. Daquan Townsend beat Daquan. Daquan was another one of the worst fighters in UFC history, in my opinion, and you can see by his record. He then lost to Punahele Soriano by KO and got beaten down by Gregory Rodriguez. Now, there was something in these fights that was shown. This man does not cover his face. He uses head movement, will not block punches, and his chin is a bit vulnerable. Punahele Soriano hits like a truck, but Mannequin does not block punches. And he's obviously got the win over Maki Pitolo, where he was getting pieced up a bit as well. but then obviously got a takedown, did what he needed to do, and got the victory there. Yeah, I think this is a pretty straightforward fight. Chidi and Anjukwani is going to spark Dosko in round 1. Chidi is average. He's got good takedown defense. He's got good defense, good striking, good kickboxing. Just got good enough everything. I think he's better everywhere than Dosko. Maybe not in the wrestling or jiu-jitsu, but everywhere else, I believe he has Dosko on lock, and I believe he's going to KO Dosko. But Dosko is just trying to look slick, use his head movement. I just think Chidi's going to get him out there, catch him a big shot. Give me round 1, Chidi and Anjukwani. Coming up, we got Michel Pereira versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. Yeah, no, this is the people's main event. I'm very excited for this fight. Yeah, let's get into it. Santiago Ponzinibbio coming off a loss to Jeff Neal 4 months. It was only 4 months ago. I thought that was longer, but yeah, no, coming off a loss to Jeff Neal. That was a good fight, split decision, but I have problems with that fight. Santiago Ponzinibbio threw more, but he was hittable in that fight. Looked a bit old. It's just it just weren't from what we were used to seeing before when he was fighting Neil Magny and Mike Perry and Gunnar Nelson, where he was, obviously that was a long time ago, but he's aging now, Santiago. He beat Li Jingliang. No, he lost to Li Jingliang by KO, which is not the best. You know, Lee is an all right fighter, but you know, I don't think he's top 15, so that weren't the best look. And then he beat Miguel Baeza by decision, and Miguel Baeza is getting KO'd by everyone right now. Like, if you're not KOing Miguel Baeza, there's that just doesn't look the best. And in round 1, he was getting pieced up, where Miguel has looked good, and not really against Andre Fiallo, but Miguel has looked good against fighters early on. Then we got Michel Pereira beat Andre Fiallo by decision. Andre's on smoke right now, coming off 2 first-round KOs. He then, before that, beat Nico Price, where he backflipped on Nico Price's head. You know, that was a very entertaining fight. You know, looked good the first 2, gassed out third, but you know, he survived. Beat Chaos Williams by decision, who lost to Randy Brown recently, but was on a roll, knocking out what's his name? Yeah, Miguel Baeza. And then he submitted Zalim Amadaev, who you think I said some Russian fighters are good. Yeah, no, Zalim Amadaev was not up there with them. And before that, he beat up Diego Sanchez, kneed him, got DQ'd, and then he lost to Tristan Connolly, who's a featherweight. But from there, I think he's turned a corner in his career. As you can see, where he's 4, he's won 3 decisions in a row and got a round 3 finish. Yeah, Michel Pereira has learned to conserve his gas tank. Ain't as wild as he used to be. Yeah, no, he's, as I said, he's turned into a solid fighter, and he's only 28. And I believe Santiago's aging. I don't know if he has what he used to. So yeah, no, give me Michel Pereira round 1 KO. Yeah, I was gonna go. No, do you know what? Screw it, round 2. No, screw it, round 3. Let's go round 3. Let's take a risk there. Michel Pereira round 3 KO, beating up Santiago throughout the fight. Finish him off, and now finally, Holly the Preacher Daughter's Holm versus Caitlin Vieira. Holly Holm's been in the UFC for years now. Remember, everyone knows she head kicked Ronda Rousey, won the belt, lost to Miesha Tate after that, and then went on a 1-win, 1-loss streak from there until her recent 2-fight win streak over Irene Aldana and Raquel Pennington, which both them wins look good. For that, she lost to Nunes, she lost to Cyborg, she lost to Jermaine Durandamy, beating in between that Megan Anderson, Betch Correa. So yeah, no, Holly Holm has but she's been a consistent fighter. She's looked better in the last few fights against Raquel, Irene, stringing together 2 wins, and then Caitlin Vieira coming off a win over Miesha Tate, I don't know if she's washed or not. Miesha, she's moving down to flyweight. We're gonna have to see her, but no, Caitlin put up a good fight there. She lost to Yana Kunitskaya, who gets KO'd by every single female, so that is not a good look. Beat Sahara Eubanks, who I said is basically a man, but is a flyweight, but she's a flyweight who can't make weight, so no, that's a good win. She lost by KO to Irene Aldana, who Holly Holm recently beat, and then she beat Kat Zingano by split decision. yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Holly Holm in this fight. Just believe she's gonna outpoint Caitlin, veteran experience. Even though she's 40, women do not age as bad as men. I believe Holly Holm's gonna get a 3-fight win streak. Yes, we're gonna probably get Holly Holm versus Juliana Pena or Amanda Nunes, the rematch. How exciting! Don't we love women divisions? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope we next week got a better card. And yeah, thank you. This is the Combat Station, and we are out.